Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim, L'chaim. This week's Torah portion is Vaera. It continues the dialogue between HaShem and Moshe, where HaShem basically asks Moshe to go with Aaron and confront Pharaoh and ask if they could leave for a 3 days journey to go and worship HaShem. And Pharaoh obviously doesn't allow this. And the meat of this week's Torah portion is the 7 plagues, which begins with the Nile turning to blood and goes to frogs and wild beasts and pestilence and lice. The Nile, the frogs, the lice, wild beasts, pestilence, boils, and concludes this week's Torah portion with the hail. And I was, reading many different Torahs, but none of them really spoke to me until just now when I was thinking about what's going on in my life. How does my life relate to this week's Torah portion? And I came to the idea that when the Jews were in Egypt, it says we descended down to the 49th level of Tumah. And Tumah is being separate from Hashem. It's basically being so engrossed in this world and the grossness of this world that you lose sight of what it's all about. And for me, this week has been like that. Not only have I been busy from minute to minute going to work and picking up people and doing different things, I've just been busy always thinking, what's the next step? What's the next thing I need to do? That even when I did have time to sit down and relax, when I sat down to relax, I was thinking, what's next? What do I do? How do I plan what to do next? Until just now when I'm going to the mikveh and I'm thinking, it's Shabbos. What's next is Shabbos. That's it. And it actually is a time to rest. And it made me realize what's so important is that we do set aside these times to just relax. Whether you clear your mind, do yoga, meditate, whatever it might be, you need these moments. Because when you sit down to relax and all you can do is think about what's next, you never actually get to rest. And it's very important not only for you, but for all those around you. Because if you're stressing out, whether you realize it or not, the Jews, it was only when Moshe started going and confronting Pharaoh that times got harder for them. And so they looked at Moshe and they said, why are you doing this? You're making life so hard for us. Instead of realizing how great what was coming, all these plagues that were coming were not there to burden them. They were plagues from Hashem. They didn't even realize that Hashem was changing nature to get them out of Egypt. They were so stuck in this world, in their slavery, that they weren't able to see above it. And even more so, when I was growing up, I thought that the 10 plagues happened over 10 days, 1 plague every day. It's only as I grew up and learned more that I realized that each plague was a series of weeks. This whole story is a series of weeks. And that can happen a lot when a person is not taking time to relax. Time passes by as though it's a series of days. Weeks fly by as though it were days. And you need these moments to relax. Not just on Shabbos, but even throughout the week. You earn them, you deserve them, you need them. So as HaShem, we should all make sure to have these moments of mental relaxation, time to just decompress and don't think about what's next. Get out of this mental slavery and see your life the way it should be seen, as a godly, divine plan. You have a role in it, but Hashem is doing things behind the scenes. Relax. You can sit back every now and then and just enjoy the ride. Shabbat Shalom.